Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is Football Connect LFC. I'm your host Sam, and here we go. A done deal. Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich looks like it's done, and that's a good thing as well as a bad thing. So I'm gonna talk about what I really feel, because this is a player that we've been having in the club for about the 3.5 to almost close to 3.5 years, or to 4.5 years. And of course, we're gonna talk about every single thing that he has offered us as a club. Very, very important player. Very, very pivotal in so many things that we had to do as a club, what we had to achieve. How important it was to help us to actually get that number 20. We're going to talk about it. I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of Luis Diaz going to Bayern Munich? Did you really expected him, of all the striking options in our team, being the first one to go? Remember, we still have Chiesa in our books. We still have Darwin Nunes in our books, and we lose him first after Diogo Jota. So, it is really very painful as well. But at the same time, we'll just talk about what we think and everything that is happening. So, let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. So, of course, it was confirmed by Alex Krug that Bayern Munich and Liverpool are very close to reaching an agreement for Luis Diaz. Then, of course, David Ornstein comes up with the breaking news. Bayern Munich have reached total agreement with Liverpool for Luis Diaz. Diaz, the 28-year-old, for only 75 million per euro plus, I think, plus add-ons or something like that. Then permission granted to travel for medicals. That was confirmed. And according to all the sources that were being told, Fabrizio Ramon did confirm, by the way, with the year we go. I think, let me just look for it right now so that I read it, and I'll explain why it ended up going to this point, why they ended up just accepting that he has to go, because Liverpool don't want to hold somebody who doesn't want to be part of the club. They really, really do care about how the players feel, how they want to how they want to enjoy their time in the club. It's always very, very important for the club. So they had to let him go. I know they had so many times they tried to renew this deal, but they just could not come to an agreement with Diaz. So it's really important over what's happening here that Liverpool have accepted, giving him the permission to go forward and go maybe try something new. He's really interested in trying something new. So according to Fabrizio Ramon, this is what he had to say on the Luis Diaz situation. And this is what he said. FC Bayern Munich have reached full agreement to sign Luis Diaz from Liverpool. Here we go. A package of around 75 million pounds agreed. Euro, not pounds, agreed, and authorization for medical also confirmed from the LFC. Lucho wanted to leave the club. Liverpool accepted the condition, and Diaz will now sign a 4-year deal at Bayern Munich. So the other thing that he did confirm a few minutes ago, he said that Diaz will travel on Monday for medicals and signature at Bayern Munich. So that is a situation that shows that this is literally done. How does this help us, by the way? Why is this also? I said there is a good thing and a bad thing in this situation. Liverpool have been working to get players out and in so that they can try to balance their books however they're working on them and however they're doing it. So according to David Ornstein, and this is, I think, is really, really important. Oh, this is really important, so I'm going to have to read it a bit. So, of course, he said, full agreement now in place for the sale of Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich, fee of around 75 million pounds, permission to travel granted, and Diaz will leave the club's Asia tour, and he is currently in Tokyo, but expected to travel in the next 24 hours. So that actually goes well in hand with what Fabrizio Romano was saying. He said, Liverpool are now not only accepted the offer after securing what the club considered to be a full market value for Luis Diaz. Diaz and his representatives pushed for this move. Liverpool paid Porto 45 million euro plus add-ons, with only 4 million euro triggered, bringing his total to 49 million euro. No sell on to Porto. Diaz first stalled Diaz first sown a wish to leave, or he first gave them a wish that he wants to leave on the summer of 2024, but Liverpool held firm then before reluctantly allowing him to leave now. Understand the two separate understand two separated attempts to agree a contract extension. with failure due to an engulf in terms. It seems like he wanted more terms than what Liverpool were willing to offer, and Liverpool believed that the departure is still. Liverpool believed the Diaz departure still leaves them with plenty of attacking depth. Diaz's sale means Liverpool have now passed around, and this is really important, 190 million in player sales, inclusive of add-ons, since Richard Hughes became the sporting director of Liverpool. So that's very important. It shows how much of the work that Richard Hughes is doing at the club, and it just gives us an entire idea of exactly where we are at the club, what we are working on, and what we want to achieve as a club. So Diaz is living. He has given me so many options. He remember when he came, he was supposed to be the guy who's in between, who becomes the replacement of Mane, who left a year later after he joined, and he showed some amazing skills. But the problem that we always had with Diaz, he was not providing enough output on the other side for us to really be excited over what the prospect he was. But I think under Arne Slot last season, we got to see an interesting, amazing side of Diaz that we've never seen, how much he was offering in the game, how important he ended up becoming for Arne Slot, not only playing as a left winger, but also playing as a striker, because there was some point where the club felt, or Arne Slot felt, that the striking options, remember Diogo Jota was injured, may he continue resting, Diogo was injured, and we had to use him other than Nunes, even though Nunes was fit, because he felt like he was offering more. So he was playing more as a false nine. And we saw so much of him and how much that helped us as a team in what we wanted to achieve and what we actually even eventually achieved in terms of how the game was going. So I have a soft spot for Diaz because he was an amazing player. He was a player that I loved the most, and I always wanted to see him succeed. And I also felt like the club did not treat him well. Of course, I get that when you're moving from Porto to Liverpool, it's exciting in terms of the deals, but the amount that he signed for how the club used him, how much he was working, it was never easy. The guy was literally on 55k pounds K a week, while a player like Darwin Nunes is on around 120. So that tells you that he was never really given enough in terms of what he really deserved as a player. So it was never really something that I expected. It was never something that I thought would happen. But I think it's fair. I really feel that it's fair. Give him an opportunity to go try something new. Give him an opportunity to go explore his options, what he can do, how he can achieve something even greater elsewhere, because we are not willing to give him what he wants. Two times the club came into contract talks with him, trying to renew his contract, but they could not agree because the valuation of what the player valued himself and the team valued him were very far apart. So he was like, either you give me this or you let me move if you're not going to give me anything according to the valuation that I'm supposed to get. And it came to clarity now that it was never going to happen, hence why the player is leaving. So what does this mean now? How does this help us when I was saying on the other side? Because remember, there's this little dream that just refused to die down of Liverpool interested in signing Alexander Isak. Oh, well, so there is an interesting story that just came out a few minutes ago after the confirmation of Diaz leaving the club. And I'm going to read what was said, and I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section over that situation, especially now knowing that Diaz has left the club. According to Craig Up, I think that's him, Craig Up, he said that sources at Merseyside says Diaz sale is likely to formalize Liverpool's offer for Alexander Isak. Newcastle expecting an official approach, with Eddie Howe confirming tonight there is no chance of Isak joining the squad here far east. So that gives us an idea of what's happening next. So it means the sale of Diaz just give the team that push that they needed to go actually formalize and get a striker that they want in Alexander Isak. So the most important thing that we have to remember, Jugo Ekitike confirmed to us that he is a versatile player. He is a player who can play in any sides of the pitch. So it's really important for the club. Isak comes in, he's versatile as well, but also he can play the nine. So what does this mean? It tells us that maybe Arne Slot has a mission of maybe trying to integrate or put these players into the same thing and try to help them work well. Because to be honest, when you look at in terms of outputs, taking somebody out like a Diaz and then replacing with a Isak, I feel like that is an interesting upgrade for the team. But I get it. So many people are talking about so many deals that has been done this season by the club. So many players have moved from different positions. I get it. This Liverpool team literally is going to be way, way different than it was last season. So many players have been bought in this window, which was confirmed about a year ago by David Unstein that it's going to be a big summer this summer for Liverpool. So I get that part, but also let's look at what Liverpool are trying to build. Let's look at how they look at, because Arne Slot kept on repeating this, and I feel like sometimes we need to listen to this manager when he speaks, because sometimes most of the things that he speaks of can come out and actually shows that later in the future. There was a moment he came out and he said that if he said that one thing that he wants in his front line, he wants players who are versatile, not only players who are pinpointed on one position. The thing that as Salah is our legend, we're never gonna let him go. But the problem with Salah is that he's only a right winger. To get the best of him is always there. I'm not saying that he cannot play as a center. There's a point we've seen him under Klopp playing as a center striker. We know that he can do that. It's somebody who just hold the position. But with Arne Slot, he wants players who can rotate, who move from different positions, who are not just rigid on one position. And that's something that we're going to be seeing. It was a conversation he had with Sky Sports, so you can go check it out. So it's going to be interesting to see how we look like. And he also talked about that the players that are coming on to the Liverpool should be at the standard of what Liverpool striker should be, or a Liverpool player should be. A player who gives us energy, who gives us more hope, who shows us that there is quality which fits well with the club. And that's exactly what the Liverpool hierarchy are looking for. So it's going to be interesting to see how Richard Hughes moves in the next situation, because he is in Singapore. He is now in Tokyo, by the way, Japan with the club. Is he going to come back maybe with Diaz to start working on the Isak situation, or maybe he's working out on the phone? Remember, this deal stuff are done on the phone. There's a video that was done by Transfer News. You should go check it out, where they were actually showing how deals are done with agents and sporting directors. It's amazing to see. But anyway, on the other side, thank you very much for watching. To those people who've been liking, subscribing, and following, it means the world to us. I want people to like and follow this Facebook for page that you've been watching so many content that I've been putting out. It's really important, guys. We want more followers, not only people who are gonna like and just watch. We need you guys to follow. It's very important. Thank you very much for watching. I've been your host, Sam. I'll see you on another way out. Peace. Subscribe to the Connect LFC.